Welcome to today's episode where we delve into the shocking stories of three cops who found themselves on the wrong side of the law. These stories serve as a reminder that even those tasked with upholding justice can sometimes become criminals themselves. Let's delve into the details of their crimes, starting with Stephanie Lazarus.
Yet Stephanie Lazarus now faces murder charges.
Stephanie Lazarus, a highly successful detective, was recently implicated in a murder case dating back to 1986. The victim, Sherry Rasmussen, was found dead in her home, having been shot 3 times. Initially, the police suspected a burglary gone wrong, but the case went cold due to a lack of leads. However, after 23 years, new evidence emerged that pointed towards Stephanie. In an elaborate plan, the detectives brought Stephanie into the interrogation room under the pretense of seeking her assistance in a separate case. They engaged in a friendly conversation, gradually steering it towards Sherry's murder. As the pressure mounted, Stephanie's anxiety became evident through her defensive language, increased breathing, and erratic movements.
Are you guys, is this something, you said I was going to interview somebody about art.
The detectives confronted Stephanie with information connecting her to Sherry's husband, John Rutten, with whom she had been involved in a love triangle. Stephanie reluctantly admitted to having a relationship with John. Despite her initial willingness to provide DNA evidence to prove her innocence, the detectives cut the interrogation short, leaving Stephanie in a state of uncertainty. Months later, after a grueling trial, Stephanie Lazarus was found guilty of first-degree murder and sentenced to 27 years in prison.
Defendant Stephanie Eileen Lazarus, guilty of the crime of murder of Sherry Rasmussen.
The jury's verdict highlighted the tragic downfall of a once-respected detective, forever tarnishing her career and reputation. Moving on to the next case, we encounter Jalen Fleer.
A former San Diego sheriff's deputy is heading to prison for more than a decade after being sentenced this afternoon for sexually abusing underage girls.
A police officer whose crimes involved despicable acts against minors. In April 2020, the San Diego police received tips about Jalen engaging in inappropriate behavior with a young child. A 2-month investigation led them straight to Jalen, where he faced a barrage of questions. The detectives approached Jalen with a friendly demeanor, attempting to put him at ease. They presented him with a picture connected to the allegations, showing him in compromising circumstances with a minor. Jalen, visibly distressed, initially admitted to recognizing himself in the picture, but vehemently denied any wrongdoing. As the interrogation intensified, Jalen's stress levels rose. He became evasive with his answers and eventually requested the presence of a lawyer. However, the detectives swiftly presented him with a search warrant, granting them access to his DNA, phone, and car.
Have you ever shared any images of your with anyone?
Yeah.
Okay. And how many times would you say you've done that?
A lot.
Did you ever share any videos of you having with anyone?
With anyone? No.
The subsequent investigation revealed substantial evidence against Jalen. In due course, Jalen Fleer was charged with 20 felonies, including engaging in lewd acts with children, pandering, and engaging with a minor. A few months later, he was sentenced to 12 years in prison. This case serves as a stark reminder of the importance of protecting the vulnerable and holding those in positions of power accountable for their actions. Lastly, we come to Daniel Holtzclaw, whose crimes are nothing short of horrifying.
A disgraced former police officer and convicted serial rapist is denied parole.
Daniel, a former police officer, faced an array of charges, including multiple counts of sexual assault and misconduct during traffic stops. One particular incident highlighted the depths of his depravity. An unlawful traffic stop led to Daniel forcing a female driver to remove her clothing and engage in sexual acts. Unbeknownst to Daniel, this was just one of the many crimes he would eventually be accused of. During his interrogation, Daniel recounted his version of events, attempting to downplay his actions and feigning forgetfulness. However, the detectives had damning evidence against him. DNA samples, eyewitness testimonies, and GPS data from Daniel's patrol car all pointed towards his guilt. The interrogators skillfully dismantled his defenses, forcing him to confront the irrefutable evidence.
CSI is processing your car right now.
Right.
And when we stepped out, they found some pubic hairs right in here. Could they be yours?
No, that's not. I didn't pull I didn't do anything right there.
After a highly publicized trial, Daniel Holtzclaw was found guilty of 18 out of the 36 charges brought against him. The court handed down a staggering sentence of 263 years in prison, ensuring that he would never again pose a threat to innocent civilians. These 3 cases stand as chilling reminders that the badge does not grant immunity to criminal behavior. Thank you for joining us today as we uncovered the shocking truth behind these officers' crimes. If you enjoyed this adrenaline-pumping countdown, don't forget to give us a thumbs up, leave a comment sharing your thoughts, and subscribe to our channel for more exhilarating adventures through history. Stay tuned for more eye-opening stories.